But he just barely held on for long enough, and he got all the correct answers to deal with what ByuL was throwing at him. ByuL, I feel some hesitation, some small mistakes lost in that game. Let's see if he can bring it to a game number 3 here, going into Coda.
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it.
Up here in the top left, in the red, our Zerg player from CJ Entis. It is ByuL.
Down here in the bottom right, we do have Zest winning game 1, looking great. It went the distance as well.
Zest going to be putting that pylon on the high ground. Be pretty interesting. We do see this pylon on the low ground pretty consistently nowadays out of the Protosses. You either go for that forge or the gateway. But
yeah, you know, it's just a safe place to put the gateway. If you are scared of early lings especially, you know, you can SimCity that off very quickly, block the ramp, and help out pretty much all throughout the game if you're worried about ling run bys as well. Roxy Trex.
Comparing him to a pretty famous soccer player.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I like the Wally at the bottom left. What is that about?
I have no idea. I think that's stats saying GG.
Oh, okay.
Throwing off the fake nose or something.
That's cute. And we are seeing a gateway from this. And I wonder why he put it. You know, maybe he's hiding this gateway just a little bit. Not like a full-on hiding, but it's near the ramp, so the Overlord doesn't scout it directly, and he can make zealots from it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, if you're going to put it at the front of your natural here, Overlord sees it, doesn't believe in this pylon, but ByuL believes in this pylon currently, and he's bringing 5 drones this time.
Yeah, really like the positioning there even on that pylon. Zest is really making this look believable, but no cannon's going to come down, only a Nexus.
Yep, there it is. So well played by Zest. A little bit of a mistake, I think, bringing 5 drones down for ByuL. Like, that was like an emergency pull. That was like one too many for sure. Just going to hurt that economy just a little bit more.
It's like, oh crap, here we go.
Like,
down
oh,
again.
Wasn't expecting that at all. Brings all those drones back home though, and mines with 1 from the natural.
Well, I'm pretty excited to get into this map, actually. We've seen some pretty good PvZs on this one.
Yeah, it's not a bad map for PvZ. The third base is pretty far away, so Zergs can find a way in to be aggressive as well. Both sides can do that there. I think there's good positioning. 4th base, not too far either for either race. Zerg really wants to get to that 4th base if they go into the late game. And ByuL looked pretty inclined in the last game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries the same this time around. I kind of hope he tries for that sort of Hydra timing he did against Stats. It looked fantastic. But this map is a little bit smaller.
Yeah, definitely a bit smaller, and also getting up that natural ramp can be a bit hard. Protosses can't get those force fields down. They're going to have that kind of wall set up already. But, you know, we'll see.
Going to get rid of this pylon. Stopping any sort of scouting, you know. That pylon is a nuisance because it scouts your drone count as well. So if you ever wanted to go to some sort of aggression, they're counting your drones before you you deal with it. So it's like this weird little bit of scouting they can use. Not really a big deal, but of course you always want to get rid of a pylon in your natural.
Yeah. We're going to see a bunch of links come forward. Maybe he's realizing, hey, there's no wall at your fronts. Maybe I can just deny this.
Yeah.
Only on 21 workers right now. He's going to rely on the Stalker, in fact, to block this ramp here.
Yeah, he's going to do so successfully. And you see, this is a great reason why I'm talking about the pylon. It's because he's investing in so many lings. If that pylon was still there, it'd be like, where are your drones? Where are your drones? you making links.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think this is going to get that much damage done. He really needs to get something there in that choke, though. There's one Stalker.
Yeah.
He's not going to expect this, actually.
He's going to do a lot of work here. Only a Mothership Core, not enough energy for a photon overcharge. He's going to unpower the 2 gates at the front. He's going to bust through the Stalker blocking the ramp unless these probes actually start fighting. There we go.
Probe getting to work there.
Lings.
Really nice job.
I guess the Lings aren't really doing enough probe damage. They could have been doing more.
Yeah, and
Still,
now with an Oracle out here, it's going to be pretty easy to defend against this. Going to lose 1 extra drone, or probe here.
All right, let's see the counterattack with this Oracle. Currently, there is a spore in every base, so it shouldn't be able to get too much done. Best bet is trying to find those transferring drones. Third base is pretty low compared to what we've seen from ByuL in other games, investing in those Lings early on. See what this Oracle can do here. Could actually, Destin actually a lot. Whoa, taking some sick damage. Second Oracle coming out too.
Looks like he's focusing on going for this attack, in fact. He's already got 3 gateways out here. He's going to add 2 more.
Well, no pylon across the map, so he's going to get that down if he wants to keep this pressure going.
3 extra gates. This is going to be like a very fast 6 gate with an Oracle. It's going to be a pretty interesting build. I mean, it's going to be so good against the Lings for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind it actually. Roach Warren's only halfway done. Speed for the Lings is miles away. Do see a lot of Lings come out, but what are they going to do against 2 Oracles?
Nothing at all.
Make that 1 Oracle.
Ooh.
Still nothing at all, Valdez. Oracles are sick good.
A lot of Lings coming through. That Roach Warren is so late. This may just be Zest saying, hey, you're playing super greedy, and that Ling attack didn't do much. You're not going to have much of an economy to deal with this kind of attack. I can just kill you.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of Stalkers. That's certainly not going to help against this amount of Lings. You know, maybe you should have gone for a +1 behind this Forge to do a lot of work right here, but still, going to keep the pressure going.
Now, looking to hit that very thin timing, it seems. The Lings are going to try to force these units back, I suppose. Speed is about to finish up.
Yeah,
going to help out a lot.
Speed's going to help out, and all these Roaches coming out is going to do even more. I mean, Zelds are coming out now to help buffer for the Lings, but it's not going to be an easy push. Spine finish up in time. The more this goes on, the easier it is going to be for ByuL. I feel like Zest has to go soon if he wants to commit to it. Or maybe he wants to transition from here.
Would be kind of a strange transition, but he is adding another gas. I don't know. He's got so many gates. I mean, he committed to 7 gates and the Stargate.
Yeah, that is a lot of gateways to just be not doing anything with it. And look at this. Behind it, he's going Twilight and the Forge. So it looks like he will change his mind here. You know, just sit out front, keep ByuL on his toes, but not going to go further than that.
That's kind of interesting. Maybe just force ByuL to make a ton of units and say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to be that greedy this time around. But third base is going to be pretty late here for Zest. It looks like he's sending out that probe right now, but a lot of Zerglings right outside the front door to deny that.
No fourth either for ByuL there, and his creep spread's pretty abysmal at this point. Even though he has a couple of extra queens, he's just too afraid to venture out too far. And he's going for those 1/1 Lings and a pretty late lair behind this.
Zest wasn't making probes for a while there. I was getting kind of worried. I'm like, this isn't going to be the latest all-in of all time, is it, Zest?
Yeah, that would be pretty late at this point, especially if it's going to be Blink Stalker. That would probably never work against a Zerg who was stabilized this hard. And everything's getting wiped out. No more pylons to the front. And what does ByuL go from here? Are we going to see that Hydroden? Are we going to see a Spire? What is his next move? I'm very curious because he needs to get a fourth base up and running soon as well.
Yeah. He already has so many Lings, and he is getting that 1/1, as you said, but oh, there's that Infestation Pit. Maybe we'll see a bit of like a Leenox style, some kind of 1/1, maybe eventually 2/2 Lings with Infestors. Try to transition eventually.
Yeah,
to Hive.
I could see Infestors coming out now, and then while he's going 2/2 into a fourth base and into Ultra's late game with extra queens, because he's already got, look at that queen count, 4 queens right now. That actually says a lot about his strategy. So he wants to go to those Ultras eventually.
Yeah. And that's 4 queens outside of the 3 bases, of course. These Oracle's trying to come back and get some more damage done. So we'll get 4 drones. They're not bad. They'll also scout the 4th base timing, so.
Yeah, and then 2-2 on the way. Spire going down, actually. And the pathogen gland. So he's just investing in a bit of everything.
Do you think it'll be Broodlords instead then, or do you think it's just going to be some kind of a small commitment to mutas that we're seeing more often these days?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that 6-muta style, 6-muta harassment that he's been opening with. It's also going to help out against Warp Prisms on this map. You know, always a huge threat and a huge problem. And if Zergs don't have air units, they're going to live forever unless you surprise them. So it's always good to get a Spire in these kind of situations if you're going to that late game.
Zest does scout the hive timing here. And just like you're saying, there's pretty much nothing there in the main. You know, could go for a pretty huge warp in with that Warp Prism. We do finally see that on the way here. It's a pretty nice idea.
Yeah, always a good idea to have one. Pretty much any situation. If the Zerg moves out, you move in with the Warp Prism. The Zerg most times has to turn around unless it is waiting with a lot of units back at home or a lot of spine crawlers. 6 Infestors are being invested in right now. And an Ultra Cavern is going to be going down in due time as well the moment that hive finishes. Almost maxed out is ByuL, by the way, so he probably will go for an attack before he could choose to go for the Ultras as well.
Look at this, trying to shove some Lings into natural. Never going to work if the Protoss is ready. Oh, look at this. Gonna actually commit to taking down the Spore Crawler. It's gonna be a while actually before any drones can come over.
Wow. One thing ByuL is very lacking is the creep spread. You know, if you're going to go into this kind of Queen style with your Ultras or Broodlords, as we've seen that Great Aspire upgrade, you need Queens with them, and Queens that move just simply too slow up creep. So you have to have very ideal creep spread. Be very aggressive with it. A few mutas coming out as well, maybe to help deal with that Warp Prism. Maybe you spotted it.
Yeah, I think though Zest has done a pretty good job of distracting ByuL. Like he's been pretty active with these Oracles, and he's about to come into the main now too, even with the Warp Prism. I think ByuL just getting a little bit distracted here in this game to really get that creep spread out in a good way. We do see the mutas popping. And they're actually going in the right direction here, but is it going to pass by in the night? It looks like it will.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a problem. They're turning around now. They found it. They will be able to shut it down in time. Oh, big warp in. And see, now the Zerg was moved out. The warp in prison comes in. And now it completely turned around the army.
Yeah.
Too many
Everything
zealots.
from the Zerg comes back. And look at this. Zest, he's using all this time to come onto the creep, clear it up a bit. And even look at this position there from the Zealots. It's pretty good.
Maximum cost efficiency there, and they scout the corruptions as well. If Zest was paying attention right there, he'd know the exact tech that he's up against. But hold on a second. Huge fight happening.
So many spine crawlers and a lot of good bungles coming down, but the storm is ready.
Man. Some really money bungles getting rid of a lot of those sentries. I think there's more than enough here. The spine crawlers helping out insanely.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Honestly, not the best engagement here from Zest. Now he's just going to try to retreat. A bunch of force fields coming down and trading a bit with the Lings now. But no Mothership Core, he's not going to be able to recall.
Wow, everything getting whacked out here. There's nothing left over for Zest. And now Brutals are on the way, and 56 more Lings. 54.
Zest's like even kind of freaking out a bit. He's not building anything.
I don't think he can build much from here, man. He's trying to figure out the Remax, throwing down a lot of Templar, but he lost his entire army, and he's half the supply of ByuL now.
Yeah, I think Zest is getting a little bit too far ahead of himself. He's like, I need to take this fight before the Broodlords are out, but not the fight he was looking for. 5
Archons, wow. So he wants to go for, you know, the ending Ling sort of build here, but that army from ByuL right now is insane. There's no way he can fight that currently. He needs Tempest, he needs Air Units, he needs Void Rays.
Wait, what? He's seen the Hive, but he doesn't know about the Broodlords. He's making double robotics facility.
I think he's thinking of like something to counter the Ling Ultra, but that just ain't coming.
Yeah, it's just not coming.
He's going to see the Broods, and I think he'll tap out.
Yeah, he just warped in 10 Zealots. That's not going to work out. By the way, the 4th base being denied very nicely there by ByuL with just that one burrowed Ling. And now Zest, he's just trying to back off. He just needs to buy time, but honestly, I don't think there's much he can do in this position.
No, he needs something more than time. He needs a miracle. Ultra Cavern now on the way. 3-3 as well. More Broodlords. You know, all he has to do from here is take down this third base, maybe deal with the natural, or just simply deal with the army if he finds it.
Nice little harass here, but I don't think that's going to keep him in this game. Third base is being shelled upon. He's got no fourth base, no hope of that. He's a Zealots with +3, of course. Going to be pretty nice. Even going to deny that third base, and he is going to go for another warpin over here.
He's doing what he can at this point, but is not much. He'll never be able to fight the army of the Zerg. He'll never, ever be able to do that.
And I don't think there's any hope for him to take out all the buildings either. So, I mean, ByuL keeps his top right base alive too. Like, even if he loses his natural and his third, it's not really going to matter.
No, at this point, he could lose every base but the main. He still can't deal with this army. The army, the supplies are getting pretty close to each other, but there's still an amazing bank for ByuL and an army that is nearly unstoppable simply because of the Broodlords.
Yeah, nothing to deal with the Broodlords except...
Except this. Except this. There's no buffering for the Broods. Stalkers are looking for them.
He's going to do the blink, but there's so many very highly upgraded Lings already taking down all the Stalkers in due time. And he's just going to back off. He still does have to micro a bit against the small amount of Stalkers and even the Archons here.
He's got to get back to the spine. He should use these investors to actually start bungling them up.
There we go.
It was like the greatest opportunity Zest had right then and there because he has split up his army at this point. The Natural's being sacked by a lot of Broods and the Queens. And those 6 Broods went back to defend.
Yeah, that's full of probes. Not sure. I guess he's just trying to save him for now.
One last hurrah at this top right base. Fungal goes down. There's no chance.
No way. GG. ByuL, he takes game number 2. And we are once again going to a game number 3. It's kind of what we expected from this group. All these players are so close.
Yeah, this is one of the most stacked groups you could get in Korea very easily. And now, sick music, game 3.
Sick music, sick games.
Everything about this tournament is sick. I know the song. I have it.
Even Moonlade's sick.
I'm pretty sick.
Got a little cold.
Little baby cold. Developed on the plane from Valencia.
Yeah, me too, man. We're going to hold it together. We're going to get through this cast. It's been very fun so far.
Yeah, man. Map 3 is Cactus Valley.
Oh, man.
So it's going to go the distance. Going to be a nice, juicy game once again. A big match.